Hi, how we doing today, guys and gals? It's your boy Joe Star TCG, and today we're going to be learning about the art of shuffle. So let's slide on over to the phone view right here. Right, good. So right here we have Cerulege as the deck for today. Cerulege runs a ton of energy, so I kind of put it in pseudo order. So like all the Pokemon in front, all the supporters there. Yeah, little Naveen, little Briar, you know, shiny. And then all the items. Right? And then the energies. Deck plays 21 energies. Right? So a lot of times people would say, okay, the deck in order, let's pile shuffle, right? So pile shuffling is the art of is where you would set out 5 to 6 stacks and you just keep going along the lines like that, right? But I'm here to debunk that, right? That is not necessary for shuffling because it provides the same odds statistically of providing the same exact shuffle. So what I'm gonna do is I usually, when the deck in order, or if I now take the deck out the deck box, I would give it 12 shuffles. 10 is usually the perfect number, sweet spot, but I give it 12 shuffles. And then I would give it a little like this kind of cut, the pile cut like that. So I just showing you that deck in order, right? But at least I'll show you the variety of shuffles you have. So you have the over top, the one that you would learn as you get into this, which is you slide it over top. So you see the cards like that, you grab a batch, you slide it over top, and you gently weave it into the remainder of the deck, right? So you go again, weave it in, right? So that is how much I do there. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, right? So after 12, give it a little bit of these, right? 2 of those, and I feel like, hey, it's perfect right here. Power, you give it, you present it for your opponent to cut, your opponent cuts, however they cut. And then you deal yourself 7 cards to start. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Mulligan, that's all good. Because the deck is notorious for playing a ton of energy. You know, you can always expect to hit it. But this is where it is get different. So instead of going back and doing 12 shuffles, I would then go and do 10 shuffles. So 10 of the overhands. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now I'll do that when you see I have time, but if I don't have time, I usually do 7 quick ones. So we're going back again. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right? So we have a basic to start. We have ways to find Pokemon. We have ways to draw, and we have our A-spec where we could get energy out of the deck, which Cerulege would like to do. Yeah, so having giving your opponent a mulligan is not like the worst thing. You could give your opponent a mulligan, sure, yeah, they will get more cards, but if it would better your starting hands, that is what matters. So to me, 10 to 12 of these overhand shuffles usually is like perfect numbers where you get, to me, I believe, the best result of the hand. Because like I say, when I was playing the Mewtwo deck in the tournament, I only did 10 shuffles for the entire day. No matter how the deck set up after whatever game, I just did 10 shuffles, do my little overhand shuffle cut like that, and present the deck to my opponent to cut. And my hands weren't bricked, which is great stuff. So this is standard way of shuffle. Or not standard, but the way you would see most people shuffling is that they would go overhand to slide it in, right? So again, you take a half and you just release the pressure below and just slide it into the openings of the other cards. So let's see if I can do it in slow motion, make it get a better view. So you see that we have the hands not gripping the cards, but open where the cards could be fanned. That is what you're looking for. And then you hold it up and then you gently, like so, yeah, And then you just kiss the edges, because if you push it against the edge, it can end up freeing the corners of your sleeves, and you don't want that, you know. So you just kiss it side on, like a midsection of it, and then you just fan it in. Bow, close it up. That is the art of the side shuffle. So then we also have the riffle shuffle or waterfall, where you would flex the back of the cards by using your index fingers. You flex the back of the cards, giving it a bend, and then you press them going down into the middle. Then you come back up doing the waterfall. So let's see if I can show that. So you like this, and then you're pressing it down. Most people don't like to do this because the card's expensive or nice. I have expensive cards, but I mean cards named to play, make to play. And then you pre-sit in, putting your hand as the catch can below, and allowing it to waterfall into your hand, right? So that's the second form of shuffling, where they would use that to randomize the deck as best they could, right? And then it also has I can't remember what's the proper name for it, but stack shuffling, I guess, where you just grab a bunch, you put it on top, grab a next bunch, put it on top, grab a next bunch. So the idea is that you go in, you hold a little bit to the bottom, and then you put next batch on top. You just grab it off the top, press, grab it off the top, press, grab it off the top, press, grab it off the top, press. That we're looking for right here, you understand? So these different ways is why it is used to shuffle with, and it is be beneficial, like randomizing a set 60 card deck. To me, 10 to 12 riffles of this does randomize the deck sufficiently. Now when people say, no, I'm telling you, no, pile shuffling does do better. Pile shuffling will randomize your deck better. If you want to stay in that la la land, sure. If it makes you feel more comfortable, sure, that's no problem at all. But to say that is the correct way or is the better way to shuffle your deck, to randomize your deck, that's hogwash. Don't listen to them. They're lying to you. Statistically, 10 to 12 of these randomizes the deck, if not better, more than this pile shuffling does. Because after you see you do this and you set out all these cards, right? Let's say you just do all of that, whatever. I ain't gonna set all of that, right? Because I don't like pile shuffling. I find it's a waste of time. It don't make sense. So you grab this batch here, you put it on top here. What making this batch be different from this batch here? How you so show these cards random compared to these cards? That they think it was in order, so it had to be different cards. So where all these is supporters or all these is energy? Let's see what it is. It's 3 energy and 1 item. And what is this one down here? 2 supporter and 2 energy. So the idea of oh yes, this randomizing it more is the same random odds that you get while pile shuffling or riffle shuffle or this other shuffle. It's the same odds you get with this shuffle compared to doing your pile shuffle on the team. You understand? So 10 to 12 of these bad boys. I say 10 to 12, that is usually the margin for error. So 10 to 12 of these bad boys right here, and you present your deck to your opponent. Now, you don't always have to cut your own deck. That's kind of some minders do. I don't know, bad force of habit, I suppose. So I would do that, give them the little stacks, and then I'll hit them with the bow, bow. Present the deck to the opponent to cut, they do the Jenga, whatever. You know, whatever, however. But the deck is already sufficiently randomized where no matter what they do, you have better odds to get good cards. So we look at it. 7. Alright, so we have a basic, we have our evolution, we have energy, we have Ultra Ball, and we have a way to find Pokemon. So we win get Dunk, right? So pricing 3 up there, 1, 2, 3, and then pricing not too bad at all. Top deck, another way to find Pokemon. So the idea, because this deck has 21 energy, a third of the deck is energy, and My standard shuffles, not this table stacking thing. Just the 10 to 12 of those ripple shuffles providing you with these odds. You understand? A lot of times you'll see people over shuffling or overdoing it when it's not necessary. A lot of times they're saying, oh, the deck was organized, so I have to keep going. I used to do that plenty. I used to over shuffle a ton and I would end up getting trash in my hand. But then when I realized, bro, it's not necessary to over shuffle. Sure, you might be nervous, but if you keep shuffling it, it's not going to change the odds or whatever card you're going to get pertaining to however your opponent cut the deck. You know, it's a bunch of random chance. But providing yourself with the opportunity of shuffling the deck a reasonable amount of times where, okay, the deck is fully randomized, then you're good. Because if you see somebody say, alright, we'll pile shuffle, and that's the only way to get your best cards, it's like, no, it's not the only way. It's not even a way. I don't even know why people just pile shuffle, to be honest with you. But I digress. Like I say, standard 10 to 12 of these bad boys right here. The fan shuffle, I don't know what you call it. You're inside. Or you can do your riffle shuffle. Your waterfall. Yeah? You're inside. Yeah? So, hopefully, that was some useful information for you guys. Let's switch here. Oh, my camera freeze. Yeah, hopefully that was some useful information for you guys there with understanding the art of shuffling. Like, there are so much into it. Just do like, you know, like I say, 10 to 12 of them bad boys and you're good to go. You don't have to put too much pressure, too much stake, too much nerves. None at all. Just take it easy and play the game. Till next time, thank you guys so much for watching. Have a wonderful day. Peace.
Little Chad.